In a recent interview, our newly elected State Senator Steve Chen was asked what he thinks of MAGA, and he pretty much said in not so many words he has no problem with it.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
In a recent interview, our newly elected State Senator Steve Chen was asked what he thinks of MAGA, and he pretty much said in not so many words he has no problem with it. It's an America First policy that puts the American people first, that puts the citizens first, and like MAGA, Steve Chen intends to wholeheartedly put his constituents first, and he's backed by my Congresswoman that I'm also very proud of, Nicole Maliotakis. And congratulations to both, to Congresswoman Maliotakis for her re-election. I believe it's her third term now. And also, to Steve Chen first go around as state senator. And one of the things that he promised to the people was taking down this eyesore. This eyesore right here. This is no good. This is no good. And it's gonna have to come down. They're saying it's private property, no trespassing, so by sticking my camera in there, I just desecrated private property, so to speak. So, we have a new state senator who will undo this injustice brought to you by his predecessor, Ewan Chu, who, may I remind you, ran a filthy campaign against him. First of all, calling him a slumlord. This man went out into combat overseas, risked his life for this country. And then he risked his life again in these New York City streets for NYPD. And you're gonna say he's gonna do all that life risking just to be a slumlord? I don't know where you come from, but people love to pit tenants and landlords against each other. It's not supposed to be an adversarial relationship. It's supposed to be a cohesive, working together relationship. You get what what you're paying for when you pay your rent, and the landlord delivers upon your monthly fee. And it's supposed to be a cohesive relationship, not an adversarial relationship. So that's the work of the devil. That's the talk of the liberals. That's the talk of the Democrats. They want landlords and tenants to be adversarial with one another. And I don't need to live in one of Steve Chen's buildings to know the man is not a slumlord, because look at his record prior to his civilian life. Going into combat for this country, and then risking his life yet again in these New York City streets for NYPD. Okay? He's a father, he's a husband, he's a family man, and he's a man who cares about community, and he cares about keeping people safe. Now, I personally believe that this homeless shelter could easily be a migrant camp in disguise, where the same type of brood of people that killed Laken Riley, that killed Rachel Morin, that killed Jocelyn Nungary would be housed in whatever the hell kind of hellhole they intended to put here. But God willing, there'll be nobody obstructing our new state senator. And talk about how bad it is. It's so bad, you even have a Democratic assemblyman that is against this. So it's a bipartisan effort that the community does not want this here. We want our streets safe. We got Lafayette High School right up the block and around the corner. We got an elementary school, PS 97, not too far from here. We got another elementary school, PS 95, not too far from here. Go down the block, yonder that way. Cavallero, an intermediate school or junior high school as it used to be. So I've heard from some of Steve's supporters. Now, I don't know if I could acknowledge this as solid proof that it's going to happen, because, you know, there's going to be Democrats that are going to attempt to tie this man's hands. But I've heard from some of these supporters that have been lined up over here for months, banging their drums in protest. When I asked, is Steve Chan going to reverse Ewan Chu's decision to open this homeless shelter? And the person, while banging the drums, nodded yes and gave me a big smile. So you could take that with a grain of salt, but maybe I'm too hopeful, but I see that as a sign of hope. So, yeah. And look at this. Look at this. They even want to tear a tree down. I thought liberals love trees. I think all humans should love trees on either side of the aisle, but Ewan Chu, a liberal, signed off on tearing this young tree down. And look at what homeless people do throughout the entire city. I'm not trying to vilify the homeless, but I'm saying there's a large section of our homeless that don't need just a shelter and free room and board. They need counseling, they need therapy, and I'm all for our homeless veterans being housed and counseled and getting their therapy. But you just know that is not what they're going to put there. It's going to be an undercover clubhouse for Tren de Aragua. And they are going to pimp out the poor homeless women and their children who seek refuge here if this thing is put up. That's what I believe. I mean, I can't say it in concrete, but do the math. Do the math, and the math tends to math, if you know what I mean. So there is my take on the matter. So the drums are put away, the chairs are neatly stacked in the corner, but the good fight does continue. And you saw before all those businesses. Let me show you again. Let me just show you again. Let's walk it back. Let's walk it off. Let's walk it off Jim Jones style. Okay? You saw this. I showed you this. But if you look over here, written in Chinese, Mandarin, and Cantonese dialects, and written in English and the Chinese dialects of Cantonese and Mandarin. Okay. LLS laundromat, nice and clean laundromat. The subway at Stillwell Avenue. Shirt and Laundry Center. Beauty and Skincare Shop. New Asia Barber Shop. The People's Bakery. Somewhere over here I saw the People's Bakery, a very popular bakery on 86th Street. I believe they may have moved to Kings Highway since. Our friends Joanne and Alex, God bless their righteous souls. Grand YC Training. That supermarket across the street. You gotta understand, this is not strictly an Asian American thing. This is a Bensonhurst and Gravesend community thing. Ultimately, a thing in an effort to make fellow Americans safe. And so we don't want what won't be governed right in our neighborhood. And they're running rampant wild. There was a woman who was set fire in the Stillwell Avenue train station on the docked F train a few weeks ago. There was a guy that went on a stabbing spree. 3 victims, all of them dead, not going home to their families. Alvin Bragg blaming it on gun violence. It was a stabbing spree. Make that make sense? And there you have it. And we have this 24-hour laundromat right here, nice and clean. They are in support of the shutdown of the homeless shelter because it's not an outreach to our unhoused neighbors. It's an invite. It's an invite to Kamala Harris's asylum seekers. It's time to put woke to sleep. It's time to put woke down and put woke to sleep. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Put your hands together and praise the Lord that we have a state senator in Mr. Steve Chen. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, who also happens to be hardcore, fierce, and sexy, MC Too Tall. You be good now.